Yeah, okay, let's give me my thoughts on this. This is it was very quick, about a minute long, so that's about what we would expect. I mean, some of the trailers for series are about that long. Obviously, got some footage we've already seen. Obviously, mainly the opening and some of the TARDIS shots. Okay, so like there's volcanic eruptions, which is a new plot thread that I wasn't aware that they were going to be doing. My assumption is that like that's going to have something to do with Um, I don't know, like just that's why Ace and Tegan get pulled in, perhaps. You can see here, this is Kate Stewart, and you can very clearly tell that this is the unit building that they were filming at way back when in July. Also, if you super chat, sorry if I haven't read it out, it's just that I'm doing the reaction to the trailer. I will get to super chats if you've done them. If you've not, then that's also cool. I just can't tell right now. So yeah, also we've got confirmation of the paintings being missing. Which was a plot thread that we sort of knew about through, I think TV Zone were the ones that first broke that, along with the, what does the Dalek want with the Doctor, that whole thing, which seems to get its follow-up. We get a nice shot of, going back here, a nice shot of Ace looking at the paintings there. We didn't see Graham, which I was kind of maybe expecting we would, but, you know, that's fine. This looks more Cyberman-y to me the more I look at it, like just the sort of shape of it. Maybe that's me reading too deeply into it. But yeah, this is giving me Cyberman vibes. The blue and the sort of grey. It could be, what it could be is because they mention a trap, so maybe this is like what the Master's done to Gallifrey, since it was maybe, because all organic life was wiped off of it in the time of children. Sorry, I can't speak today, so perhaps he's like remodeled it like this, perhaps. That's just a guess. Because it's got similar like quarry type vibes, but obviously not as orange. We get this shot of the building exploding. That looks like, is that the unit HQ? It could be, I don't know, not too sure. We get a shot of, yeah, that building exploding, the lever being pulled. We get the shot of the bullet train. I like the vortex looks different, so my assumption would be that this is like just a space vortex rather than a time vortex. That's why it looks different, because we also see what I think is a reused shot of arachnids in the UK or Kablam, one of the two, in this trailer as well, which is actually shows the time vortex. We also get them in their space suits here, looking very space suity. I don't really know what the word is. Yeah, there's Dan. That's a very goofy image of Dan when you pause it like that. That shot is actually in the trailer. That shot, I thought that was going to be a like a CG trailer shot, but no, apparently that is in the episode. Which fair enough. I like the Master's new look, and this kind of confirms that Yaz is actually aiming the gun at the Master, because there was a lot of speculation as to who she would be aiming the gun at. I think it's pretty concrete to say it's the Master. Yeah, the more we see the Master's new look, the more I like it. It's more low-key, and I kind of like it. I like the way the TARDIS is lit here as well, with the more violent orange. I think it fits quite well. I like this shot of the Dalek. Yeah, so it's definitely that whole thing with TV Zone saying, what does a Dalek want with the Doctor? That sort of makes sense now. I'm noticing, can you guys see this? Maybe it is just the hologram, but like it looks like it's got a scram in it. So I wonder if that's significant. Maybe that's like one of the rebuilt Flux ones, perhaps? I don't know. That is just me guessing. Because you can see in the hologram like little marks and stuff in it. Like there's one there as well. We got the shot of the Dalek retina, which is slightly different, more hologrammy. And then there's this. So what are the Daleks doing here? I honestly didn't think the Daleks' presence was going to be that strong in this story, to be honest. I kind of felt that they were just going to be like, oh, you know, they're just here to, you know, be Daleks. But it looks like they actually are a significant part of it, which is interesting. Very little Cybermen in this one, actually, which is interesting. And then we get this ladder. Vinder gets another shot. Yeah, I'm really not sure what his purpose is still. So I think that is, going off of that line, is that I reckon all this ha 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 ha, it's a trap from the Master, and the Doctor trusts it because they're still friends somewhat, and Yaz is like, hang on, but he was a dickhead last time. That's my guess there. Could be wrong. And we get this like weird thing. So, yeah, we get this weird, like, vortexy thing here.
You are erased forever.
So here's the interesting thing. He makes mention here of the Doctor being erased. So that might add credence to the idea that there'll be sort of a glitchy regeneration that goes through all the incarnations. Hence why you see Davison, Colin, Sylvester. That was a rumor that was flying about and then eventually landing on Tennant, because it's the Master's attempt to sort of basically erase the Doctor's timeline. That's my suspicion. Sort of a similar way to how they did in the Five Doctors, where you have what's the line? He says, it's like there's great chunks of my past being taken away. Planets being shot. Yeah. So I think the Master stole the paintings, right? Because you can sort of see in the background of that church, if I go back a little bit, you can sort of see the paintings in an earlier shot. But yeah, so then we get this globe thing, this Death Star looking thing. Is it just me, or does that look like a hell of a lot like the weapon from Battle Around Skorav Kolos? Is Tim Shaw gonna come back? Damn, that would be wild if they went with that. We do get to Lone Cyberman. They are getting shot. Oop, that's full screen. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, I'm gonna pause. Because there was a lot of shots there. So that squid thing is apparently alive. Hang on, wait. There's two TARDISes there. Hang on, I don't know whether you can see because of where my thing is. You can see there's two TARDISes. Guys, did we just make a discovery? I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter. Has anyone figured that out? Because that's two TARDISes right there. What I'm guessing is maybe because that like weird like glowy thing is in the middle. Maybe there's like two different time periods. But that's kind of mad. The Master in some sort of like lockup facility by the looks of it. Ace on a parachute, looking kind of wild. Tegan. Yeah, so they are fighting the Cybermen in that scene. Whose voice is that?
It's incredibly dangerous.
Is that Vinda?
Anything could happen.
Bullet train. TARDIS shots. Daleks. Okay. Interesting. Are they different models? They look like the same model, just lit slightly different to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me they look like it's the same model, just lit slightly differently. You can also see, actually, you can see this place doesn't look like Earth, but if you look here, you can sort of see Earth, what looks to be Earth at least, in the background of this shot. So, my guess is that maybe there's a similar thing to End of Time going on here, where he's maybe like trying to drag his planet to Earth, or drag Earth to his planet, or one of the two, perhaps. I don't know what this is. I want to know what this is. Okay, I'm going to go back through the trailer again. I'm going to Scooby-Doo. Also, if you are enjoying the stream, feel free to like and stuff. So yeah, TARDIS shot. Yeah, it's interesting because that looks like a different shot to like the vortex shot we get later in the trailer. So I'm not really sure what the significance of the different vortexes is. Maybe that's the Doctor going across their own timeline. Actually, you can see the train underneath. So this maybe, my guess would be this is them early on when they land in on the bullet train. My guess. No, see, in that shot, the TARDIS is all red looking. And in like, that's what one of the TARDISes looks like. So maybe there is like something going on with the time stream or something like that. He's done something because the TARDIS had that weird ha 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 thing and now it's looking red. It's almost as if it's in distress. Something's gone on there. TARDIS in distress. Let's all answer its SOS ? Yes, we get this Dalek incursion on Earth. This is like, what is that machine? What are they trying to do? Because that scene, because it looks like they're underground with all the cave systems, that looks very similar to what we had with the Ace shots, the Ace promo shots, where she's holding the baseball bat. So my assumption would be that that's where that is. Let me just make sure you guys can actually see. Yeah, you can, just make sure. Be a bit awkward if you couldn't, right? What is this? I'm wanting to know. It's got to be something to do with time. It kind of looks a bit like, you know, in Survivors of the Flux, where there's like that weird multiverse like portally bit, it kind of looks a bit like that. So maybe it's something to do with that.
Erased forever.
Yeah, the erase thing I still think is something to do with like the different doctors and like the different companions and stuff. That's why they're bringing them back. Very 5 doctors.
Bit of a conversation stopper.
Yeah, so the Death Star, which I'm gonna call it, the Doctor Who Death Star, it seems to change color because in that shot it's more blue, and then in the other shot that we saw, if I can go back, looks more red, and they look like the same thing. So actually, theory. That planet is the grey mound that they're all on, and that's why it looks close to Earth. That's not even just a Death Star, that's like a planet. My guess, but it's also like a planet that's at war with the Earth or something like that. I want to know how much the bullet train factors in, because I don't know how much that's realistically going to factor in. Because, like, it's shown a lot in the trailer, but, like, that was a really late, like, a really late, like, tease. So I don't know. The Daleks, yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, I feel like I've milked a lot of that, unless you guys have anything that I haven't seen there.